The Lemon Squeeze Show is here to inspire, empower, and illuminate women around the globe. As entrepreneurs, role models, warriors, the glue that holds families together, trendsetters, career women, and mothers of the earth, we face obstacles daily. We conquer the inevitable. We persevere beyond measure. And we flourish unapologetically. It's a fact that life will bring you lemons. It's a choice for you to make lemonade. Welcome to the Lemon Squeeze Show. That's what JoJo knows. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Lemon Squeeze Show. It's a new week, and I'm your host, JoJo Knows. And, of course, I have my wonderful, fabulous, beautiful co-hosts, Constance B and Mizz 31.
Hello, everybody.
I almost didn't get it out.
You ladies look extremely beautiful, I must say.
So do you.
Thank you.
And I love your whole scarf over the head.
I don't know what I'm doing.
None.
I'm just feeling none.
Mother Teresa-ish.
I'm far from
the
none.
hood-ish.
Not Mother
I
Teresa
love
from
it.
the hoodish.
I love it.
With the sleigh on.
Yeah.
Little Black Riding Hood. Ow.
Exactly. I love it.
They are really coming for me.
We're not coming for you.
This is how I was feeling, y'all.
That's
I
fine. We
love
love
it.
it.
Including
I
no
love it,
lash,
honey.
no lash shouty.
No lash.
And just for everyone to know, even though if you don't wear lashes, or for you men, I have no lashes on because I've been wearing strips, and I need my real lashes to get more strong so I can get my minks back on. So I'm going through the ugly duckling stage.
It's
But
kind
Yeah.
of like the guy when he go through his
give me a
dread
couple
stage.
weeks, I'm gonna be
Right.
back a
The baby
swan.
dread.
Or the eyebrows. The eyebrows get that way too. Like when you want to grow them out.
Yes.
Right.
And then they're like bushy, and you trying to like
Yes.
draw in the
I
the
got that
arch.
going on right now, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Little concealer take you a long way.
I was gonna say I can't tell.
Bow.
So, ladies,
Yes.
without further ado, let's get into the topic this week.
Oh yes,
And do y'all know what it is?
of course.
No, you don't know what it is.
Why you
I know what it
always
is
lying?
because my cousin is Miss Cleo.
Call me now.
Call me now.
Free Karen.
Well, no, it's Jussie Smollett. I think we really
The Black History
need to
Month
talk about-
ruiner.
Oh my God!
Why you always lying? That's what.
Oh, you know, that's just
And I
we
love.
don't know what's going on.
I love him.
we don't. But the way it's looking,
Yeah.
It's not looking too good
No.
at all.
yeah.
I mean, I really don't even understand. Like, 1 minute it's he paid these people. Then the next minute, after they did the investigation, they're saying that he didn't pay these people. So I just want to know what's going on. And then he hasn't really said anything. That's the part that's kind of shocking.
Oh
like,
wow, he said enough.
He said a lot in the beginning, and that's what I hear a lot of people say. Like, well, he had so much to say in the beginning,
Right.
and now that this has all come out, now he doesn't have anything or a little to say.
But do you blame him? Because either side of the fence that he's on. So if he is being honest at this point, everyone thinks he's a liar. He's
Right.
fired from Empire. He's been to jail. You know what I mean? And then on the other end, if he is lying, same thing. He's been to jail. He's fired. You know, like
Yeah.
everyone hates him now. Like what should he go on? Like what is everyone wanting him to go on and say?
Well,
I'm
just
sorry,
to be
confess.
like to really confess, you know.
But are you gonna believe when he confess? Because at this point,
Well,
I
what
think that's the real.
What if
Yeah.
it comes out that
issue.
it's not true? What if it comes out that
It's not true.
it's
on
not
what
true?
end?
That he paid the guys to.
Do you think it's true or not? With the facts
I
that
mean,
you have,
I
what
don't
do you
even
think?
know, because at first they said they had information saying that he paid these guys, and then when I started reading more, they said that he did work with them as trainers, and they had proof that he was paying them as trainers, but it had nothing to do with the actual, them beating him up.
The
or
payment
whatever.
for that,
Yeah,
yeah.
the payment
So-
for that. So it's one of those things where it's like it's not enough information in my opinion, to really make a judgment until somebody
that's not
really
the show.
Well,
With the information that you have, Miss 31,
the information I have now.
what do you choose, guilty or innocent?
Well, I'm going to say he's not guilty because they just came out with new information saying that the police wasn't correct.
Now, is your information correct? Because
wait, where did you
yeah.
I'm saying
you had us what was it?
I'll Google it. Where did you get that information?
She had
I'm
us
just
last
stunned
week.
right now. I'm
Remember,
just
she
listening.
had us last week take the promo off because you got beat down.
Oh my gosh.
I said some stuff that was incorrect.
We need.
And then listen, the college I went to. I said
before you say something.
Man, you know how hard it is to do
producer-
levels when you start yelling in the microphone?
Sorry.
Exactly.
Our producer doesn't know what's going
No,
on.
I don't.
So
No, don't.
let me just. We have to. We have to because this show. Okay, this show is now aired. It's been aired. It's on YouTube. We're not taking it down.
Okay,
and so we
can I
need
just
to clear
tell-
the ice. Yes, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a moment. Hold on.
Is it about syphilis?
Let me give you an introduction.
Alabama
So,
and syphilis?
I said the wrong
posted,
thing.
no,
Okay, hold on.
Hold
let's-
on, Miss 31. We posted the promo, me and Constance B.
Okay.
And all of a sudden we're in this group text. Take it down, take it down, take it down now. Because apparently some of what she shared was a little distorted. And so her, Tuskegee came for her. Like, what did
Oh
you
yeah,
just
the
do
group
to us?
came. They were like
So what
at her
it
front
was-
door
What
waiting
happened?
So what happened
with
was
all of their college shirts on, like standing there. And the professor who taught her what he knew, they're like, no.
Like, that's not what I taught you.
No, so what happened was it wasn't that everything was incorrect. It was just like I called it the wrong name, gave some wrong dates. So I felt bad like being alumni, like, oh man, I don't know as much as
I'm still not understanding what you
Well,
did.
it's all
Remember Black
good.
History
We'll
Month?
refresh
Yeah.
And she
you.
was
It
talking
wasn't
about
called the
Tuskegee.
Syphilis Study Act. It was called the Tuskegee Experiment. And I kept saying Syphilis Study Act. They're like, that's not the name. It's the Tuskegee Experiment.
See, it was about syphilis.
So,
She gonna make
but it
the-
still was about syphilis.
Okay.
Then some of the dates were incorrect, and they're just like, "How you gonna be an alumni? You don't know." I'm like,
So
"Well, at least I
are
knew
they
the
asking-
basis."
Are they asking for their diploma back?
No, no.
No,
Not
I
yet.
paid that She had the AKAs out there. They were all doing their. They were like waiting for her.
Not yet. That's why we wanted to clear the air so that they didn't take her
The
diploma.
stumpers was out there doing
No,
their thing. They were waiting for her.
They can't take my degree. I paid for that. I don't care.
I will tell Lemon Squeeze to take it down.
So we apologize,
Yes,
Alabama.
we apologize.
And another thing, I was paranoid. I had been drinking too, so I said, "Oh my god."
Oh Lord.
Oh, boy.
So everything was just happening so quick. I was just like, "Oh Lord, take it down, take it."
Well,
So
that's
with that being said, we have to question when she
Her facts.
talk about she done
Yeah.
heard the latest
No.
update.
I actually did read that though. No.
We want to know.
But where did you read
We
it?
wanna
you
know
read
where.
it on
Yeah.
like WikiLeaks,
'Cause
or
I
did
didn't
you
read
read it
anything
on
like
like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where did you read it?
Where did you read?
I went on this
I had
morning
just
and I didn't find
No, I
it.
just Googled it when someone was talking to me about it. They said it's new information stating that the cops are saying that
Ain't no
the
way.
receipts are not linked to
Well,
that. So
it's
They
so
have-
much going
They
on.
have an
So
app,
you
but
just
is it one of those bootleg kind of like
I mean, it
people who
could
just
be.
kind of stir the pot type of thing? Because when you go on like ABC and those
well, you have to
valuable-
read all the way down. If you see
reputable
some
places.
on yeah, I was gonna say that because I learned that during election time when they actually had interviews with people who actually do create fake news.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yes.
and it's actually up to you to scroll all the way down
Yeah.
and read who wrote it and
Right.
if it says, but these
Credentials.
aren't factual, but this is just such and such, because it is a small disclaimer all the way at the
Sometimes.
bottom.
well, so let's
Not all
Sometimes.
liars say
Well,
I
let's
may
look
be a
it up
liar.
right now.
You know?
Right.
You just have to check their resume.
Yeah, you have to check who it is.
So, but with
Like-
that same,
So do you still think he? Oh, so you say
that's
not
what-
guilty?
right? That's what I want to know.
She read the Black Inquirer.
I'm gonna look it up right now to make sure.
Yeah, we want to know.
Now, if he did do it, yes, he's definitely guilty.
no, that's not.
If he did do
No.
it, he's guilty.
you have to choose now, guilty or not guilty. Miss
You know, I don't
31.
like this pressure this morning, guys. I don't like how this pressure. Get off my back.
Oh, trust me, the heat gets so real. That's why we're the lemon squeeze, because the heat gets real.
So we'll ease up on her undecisive
Well,
self.
I'm used to it.
I'm
with,
not-
with bringing fake news to Lemon Squeeze Show.
No, I don't do that. Don't do.
Well, you know,
That's not true.
we know we love you. Constance B, what?
Her brain is not stabilized yet this morning.
Yeah.
Give her a little bit
I
of
think
time.
she went out last night.
I did go out, and I told her, I said, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
I think she rode in just a little bit too chill. You gotta give her a little few minutes.
Okay, we're gonna give you a minute.
She said she was gonna harass me too. Like, you went out last night. Y'all went partying.
Her glaucoma was acting up on the way in.
Look, turn her mic off and let her have a break. I'm just playing. Okay, Constance
Oh
B.
my gosh. I love you guys so much.
What are your thoughts on Jussie? For the facts that you have.
Yeah, and the facts that I have, truthfully, like, it's very little because I did a bit of research on it when it first went down, and then after the new information. And so, really, with what's been given on his end, you're looking at like, oh my gosh, you feel sorry for him. But then now all these other facts are coming, and these guys, the trainers, are speaking out on him. So it's with what I have in front of me that I know, which is not much, don't come after me, is that no, I think that he's guilty. And I feel that I think that because he's an actor and he's in Hollywood, everything with these people are dramatic. And so I know that, with someone, when money comes into place, you just feel so powerful and you can do this and you're going to prove this point and you're going to show. And I think that's what I have read, it seemed like that's the angle he was coming from, to prove a point. But what happened is now we are in the real world. So you can play that, foo-foo stuff on TV, but then now you're in the real world. You got to, get your consequences. You got to pay for your consequences, lying and all, actor and all. What's her name?
You look at me like I have a memory.
The woman who did the stealing, the one that's with Snoop Dogg. I had her name right in my head.
Girl, let me give you no
Martha
trivia.
Stewart. So like when Martha Stewart did that stealing, everybody's like, why are you stealing? Like she went to jail for that. And it was a few other things that she was doing. And that's how she has a felony. But it's like, no, you got to go to jail too. Like you got money and all, but you can't be stealing out of these people's souls. And why are you stealing? All that money you have, why are you stealing?
Was she stealing?
So that's what I feel about Jussie. I feel like he definitely should go to jail if he lied, because when
a shoplifter.
and it hurt, our culture in many ways, because here we all are, we're going through a time where things like this really do happen.
Yeah.
So we get sensitive about it, and we want to stand up for our sisters and brothers, black or white. Mm-hmm. But then if it's black, we definitely like, okay, we're gonna stand up for this. Now you got us,
looking crazy
down.
out here.
We was standing up. Now we gotta bring it down.
Well,
have us looking stupid.
Well, the charge that he's facing, it says 1 to 3 years in jail, and what it sounds like, Chicago is not playing with him. They were very supportive of him, and they're like, for you to come and play these games, like we are going to deal with you at the highest extent of the law.
And what you did, that's like, yeah.
Well, I just feel like now when it comes to that, should he have jail time? Definitely not. Because if that's the case,
definitely
we need to get cell phone Patty. We need to get barbecue Patty.
That's true too.
All them people who call 911 all the time for some bogus BS talking about somebody done harassed them.
Different. And I don't like barbecue.
Wait a minute,
Patty.
This guy got people. There's people that got hurt over this. We don't even know all the stories. There's people that actually got hurt out in our communities and arguments and fights over this lie.
This made the top people.
This made national headline.
This made people who are in high positions step down from their, I'm this person, and got into, we're humans and we don't deserve to get treated this way and this and that. And these are some people who like stuck their necks out, and put their name on the line.
But can y'all? I'm just gonna be honest. When I first heard the story, the punchline. I'm not going to say the punchline because it's not, all out there yet. But I promise you my eyebrow raised. Like, huh?
Exactly.
When I heard all that, like,
too detailed.
2 in the morning or whatever time it was, walking to the store,
he was going to Subway.
Rich actor going to get a sandwich at 2-something in the morning, walking down the street. First of all,
Chicago.
You're not going to be in an area like that.
Who walks around with bleach? And it's cold as crap.
And then the news, bleach, and then from the
that's my thing.
Racial slurs.
That's what got me, like you say, eyebrows raised.
But I was like, but because of who he was, and I was like, well, who would lie? I was like, well, this is, it's a sick world. Oh my gosh, I hope he's okay.
But then when it came out, I can honestly say I was like, I really like questioned it to begin with. Like it really was like, huh?
It was just
but because of who he was, it was like it. You automatically like, oh my gosh, this happened. I can't believe this happened, and I pray they get the guys.
Yeah.
And then for it to find out, which also is weird. Not saying that it couldn't be, but 2 Nigerians, like, come on. You know what I mean? He didn't even hire some white men.
I don't think they're from Nigeria. I think they went to Nigeria.
Well,
they were called Nigerians.
2 black Nigerians.
Two black guys.
What he did too in a time where so many people have loved ones that they're searching for, or people who did something to their loved one, they're still searching for them. So he hit in a vulnerable place where people who are still looking for the attackers on their family members or on themselves. Right. Now you got these people like, in a certain spot where now when he just
and you got blackface going on. Well, and you have Black History Month
and
going
you have a lot
on.
of people acting like crime happened when it didn't. There's a lot of people doing fake news. He's just the biggest one that did it.
And because he's so big, it went so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't believe it anyway when it first came out.
Wait a minute.
You said she believes it now.
No.
Did you say he's innocent?
He's just wearing the noose around his neck until the cops come.
I said if it comes out that he's innocent, then cool, he should be innocent. I said based off what I read. But I didn't believe any of it, period, because in Chicago, I've never heard nobody just getting jumped and walking away. In Chicago, it's either...
What?
You either get down
it's not a redneck area. Chicago's not a redneck area.
It's not. But what I'm saying is, when have you ever heard, somebody just got jumped and lived in Chicago?
Well, with a little scratch, I'm saying.
Right, like just
at the
magnitude.
Like, come on. And then did you all watch the interview?
That's why it sounded...
That right there, I was like, oh, now this ain't just acting. It's bad acting.
Yeah.
Like, it was really bad.
He's really Jussie
really
from Empire. He really acts like his character.
Yeah.
And I love him.
I mean, it's funny, but
he's still playing the character.
He's still playing his character.
But that might
I don't know what he's like, to be honest with you. I just know the character.
But that might be what's wrong.
He might be so stuck until you think his character that he lives it.
Well, if you think, like you said, when you think about the character that he plays, his family, his family,
they get away with this stuff and
all types of shady business to be able to get ahead, and so or to prove a point, or to get what they want.
He started believing it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he could.
So he might get off on mental.
You saying Lee Daniels wrote this? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know who.
Are you
wrote
saying
it.
maybe the directors and all them were part of this too?
Or he just
somebody did come up with that.
He hasn't left his
Lee
role.
Daniels could have told him to do something like this, and then
No.
I don't know about all that, but
it's a lot of talk. I'm not saying it's true.
Lee Daniels has fired his behind.
Can I ask you guys a question? I mean, this is a serious question. All right, so do you guys think that if somebody would have done that to you, if you would have heard because obviously the voices said something, you think you would have known the difference between these guys' voice and somebody that would say something like this is MAGA country and stuff like that? Don't you think there's a difference in the voice? Because I could hear some soulfulness in voices. I mean, you can hear, I don't know, like if somebody listens to me on the radio right now, I think they can they may not know how I look, but they can probably guess. And I'm not saying you can always guess. Don't send me any hate mail. You can't always guess if it's a white voice, black voice, but sometimes you can. Let's get real about it. Sometimes you can.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I think I would have known.
Right
unless
away.
These guys are great actors, the tone of a voice is not that of a white redneck dude,
right?
Or 2 white redneck dudes.
Oh yeah,
right.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I mean, so when you say that maybe he didn't pay them, well, I'd love to hear their voices then, because unless they sound like sometimes you have these black guys that sound very Caucasian.
Yeah.
They didn't.
They don't look like they're gonna have a very Caucasian voice, but you never know.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it.
Because I have walked up on a black man.
There's tons of people with that.
Wait a minute.
Like I said, like I'm saying, it's not 100%. But if we had to get honest with ourselves,
right?
I
mean, you know when you're on the phone with a black person, a Spanish person, an Asian person.
Typically, I know when I'm talking to another Latino. Yeah. Typically, I can kind of hear something in their voice that I go, "Are you from?" And I can pick what region they're from.
Right.
Because I'm Latino. Right. So I'm figuring a black person kind of tell another black person most of the time, and a white person can probably tell another white person most of the time.
Right.
Well, I was expecting to see. Honestly, when I first heard about it, I expected to see him like
almost half dead, like black, blue, like the magnitude of the way it was shared.
Yeah, a hooker would make a bigger scratch on your face than that little.
Right.
And those black men are big and
Those are big
muscular,
boys.
and he's a tiny guy. And then he's on this interview saying, "I want everyone to know that this gay boy, he stood up and they ran." It just doesn't,
That doesn't add
it doesn't add up.
That doesn't
2 plus
add up.
2 equals 4, not 5.
Right.
And it just it's a really sad situation. I'm more sad that he's been written off the show, but I understand why. But I just love that show.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna make him, like?
It's called.
I'm
gonna kill him
actually,
Die.
if he is guilty of this, I'm actually really happy that they made the decision to take him
Right.
and be done with it. Cancel him from the show, because you don't really. It's just even, boils down to the R. Kelly situation. Like, knowing that this is true about you, I totally look at you completely different, because you are like, really, you just lying about it. Nothing is saying, okay, you know what? You can forgive a person when they stand up and say, you know what? I was wrong. Like, I was dead to the wrong. And this is why I was wrong. I know it. And I'm going to do better.
And that's
I'm
what I
gonna
want
do
to see
better.
him do.
And that's what makes people say, okay, then now, all right, we're still going to look at you a little sideways, but we understand because we all have our little ways. But thank you for telling the truth. Like, okay. But
I think
we
that
still
is
think you
what
crazy.
everyone is waiting on. That's what I would like
And
to
that's what
hear.
I would like to hear. Exactly.
I
From
would like
him.
him to just show humility, be honest,
I wouldn't believe him.
and that. But
It's
I would
such-
rather
It would
him
ma-
just say, you know what, I made it all up. This is what it is, and I'm sorry, and I got issues.
I think he's got to do community service wearing a MAGA hat or something like that. And he's got to go meet real people that are actually maybe from the other side. Because I think he hurt a lot of people on the other side. Because, like, just the kids that were wearing the MAGA hat, and that we talked about it, that Indian, that Native
Right.
American is sitting there slamming the drum in his face. I think that's getting out of hand, and it's getting too okay to attack people just for something they're wearing. I wouldn't like it if you're attacking me because I'm wearing a Mexican shirt. So why should it be okay that I attack you because you're wearing something from another culture?
So
I don't
wait,
think that's cool.
one question, because I'm glad you brought that up. So, and the way that you see it, you heard the Indian explain
Right.
why he did that. So, but you still feel that he was in the wrong for doing that.
100%. He's a grown
Really?
man.
And
A
that's-
grown man coming up to a kid, slamming a drum in his face. I'm telling you, if it was a Latino kid, he would have slammed him. He would have hit him. If it was
Now-
a black kid, I think he would have hit him. Well,
Like,
this
I
little white
know,
kid sits
like,
there and takes it.
I see it, but I feel that I understand, and I'm not saying it's okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I from just hearing the Indian explain why he got in the middle of, because he got in the middle of the I guess the black guy.
The black guys were yelling at the white guy.
Right. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
the Indian guy got in the middle of the black guy, but he was facing the kid.
He needed to go hit the drum
So-
to the black guy's face. Let's see what would have happened.
Right, but I just really feel in that moment like he was really trying to gain control and peace, because he explained, he said, I just got in the middle of them and I just started beating the drum and that's what he said.
That's what you saw, though? Is that what you
Really?
saw, that he got in the middle of it, or did you see him
No, I seen
in the
it.
face of a young kid?
Right. So
hitting the drum?
when I first seen the video, I only seen one angle. And that was the one angle, and I didn't even know the full story. So I felt and thought like exactly how what you're saying. So then when I actually seen the different angles, and then I watched the interview of the Indian guy, and he seemed like a peaceful person, and he was like, I just got in between them because it was so much hate. He said they were angry, and he said, so me and my group, we were out there doing something, a peaceful rally or something, and he said he just got in the middle and he just started doing the thing. Now, in his eyes, the way he looked at it, I got in the middle of you and Joe because it was getting heated, and I maybe have been turned to you, but I was trying to push off energy of positive,
I think he's full of crap.
So I thought
I didn't watch it, so I can't.
I saw that interview. I saw the kids interview. I saw the.
But do I think it was
the wider
wrong to
angle
do
of
the-
all? I'm
I
surprised.
wouldn't appreciate it.
The video where all the
So-
black guys are yelling at the white kids, that's even better video. I can't believe that's not everywhere, because those guys were slamming
No,
these
they
little
were
white
being
kids.
nasty.
They were being nasty and aggressive to these little white kids. I'm telling you, there
No,
was
they
a
were
lot.
being nasty.
I'm just being part of a minority culture. I don't like the direction we are taking, because instead of us following somebody like a Martin Luther King Jr., who was talking love and peace, we're all out there acting like a bunch of ignorant fools, and we're making ourselves look bad. This country loves us. This country has supported us and gives us opportunities. I have what I have because of this country. I'm sure a lot of you guys have what you have because of this country. We are not as oppressed as the media is trying to make us out to be. I'm not saying there's not oppressors out there. I'm not saying there's not racists out there. But we know damn well we have racist people in our culture.
Right.
And our cultures are very, very aggressive at times to white people. We have to admit that.
And then, and I understand that, and I definitely admit it, and I agree. But
it's
what
on both
even
sides.
like so if like how?
But you can't even say both sides anymore.
What's his name? The football player.
Which one?
The one that took the knee.
The one who just had the loss.
Kaepernick.
Right. So he took Martin Luther King was about standing, doing march, and taking a knee. So it's like either you choose to do it at the football game and you take a knee and you take that Martin Luther King direction.
So you don't agree?
Or
Kaepernick?
With the kneeling?
Kaepernick kneeled because he got sat out. His first time he knelt, it's because his coach sat him out because he played horribly the game. He was not doing well in football. So the coach sat him out. So then he comes out and he puts those socks on with the cops like as pigs and took a knee and showing the socks. That had nothing to do with what we later turned it into.
Well, I think that was
just
his
some punk
platform.
guy. Some punk guy. No, he was going against the coach initially, and then we as the media turned it into something different, and then now the guy's got millions of dollars. No, I think that's a punk move too. But that's
it's neither here or there. I mean, it's neither here or there. But I think everybody just has.
I ain't even the host no more.
Everybody just has their own way of how they show. Whatever it is that they're trying to prove.
I just think
and so I think with Jussie, I feel that if he is, wrong in this, I feel like that was even though it's weird and I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying that was his way of trying to prove some sort of point, which is stupid, but hey. I guess I'm saying that everyone has their way
that's exactly
of trying
what y'all
to.
were both saying. Everyone has a point. I think everyone's point is valid. There is still racism going on, but there's a lot of good going on as well.
Most definitely.
And some people are channeling it in the wrong way.
And they're only showing one way.
Right. And there's
media's only presenting that.
Much better ways to show, racism or, how we come together and unify and just really just stop seeing color and it being a color thing. Like, we're so past it. I always say that. If I was president, what I would do is I would get rid of, and we're gonna go to break after this, I would get rid of the ethnicity, race on the application or everywhere. I know it's like, they do their data and their research and their statistics and all that. I would get rid of it. Either you're an American or you're not. Why you have to know if I'm black, white, Hispanic, Indian, biracial? It would be American, non-American, alien, however it is.
I guess it has to go because they do. Yeah, we got to.
I would get rid of all of it.
I want to answer it when we come back.
So we're going on break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Woo, Lord have mercy. And we are back, and I'm your host, JoJo Knows, and of course we have our co-host Miss 31 and Constance B.
Yes.
And
we are back.
We are back, and here at Lemon
Chickens.
Squeeze we talk about real life issues. And if you weren't tuned in before,
woo. We need the emoji, the flame emojis to come up right now.
Yes.
I'm not talking about
I was lit. Go make sure you
good.
watch or tune in because we air at 7, 3, and 11, so you can catch it again.
Yes.
Go on our YouTube channel. It got real up in here, but it's real life and it's real opinions, it's real views, it's real facts. And before we kind of wrap that topic up, let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
Yes. Let's give it up for Journey Pure, Now Matters More, Retreat Behavioral Health.
Shout out to you all because without you, we would not.
That's
be
right.
Here. Yes.
I was thinking about changing my name.
And so.
I called you Miss B, didn't I?
Yeah.
Miss 31.
It's okay. No, I think I probably should change it because everybody calls me by my real name and all that.
I've been doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good, but I might change it. Do a little. How Prince changed it to the little symbol. Just change it one good time.
Listen, you got to be out for a while before you go from Puff Daddy to Diddy and P Diddy.
I think I've been around a long time.
No, you do what you want. You know, whatever floats your boat. I'm down. And so just to wrap up, you guys, I think we're all on the same page. We have different views on different things, but we're all definitely on the same page about, you know what, there is truly an issue with all of the hate. Right. And people who are kind of like steering the pot of hate. Obviously, there's still racism still in the world, right. But there's a lot of greatness, and we talked about this plenty of times, that we don't celebrate enough. And, well, stay focused, JoJo.
That's right.
And so we need more of that. This unfortunate situation is another way that has the potential to divide us further, and all of us can agree that's not what we want.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that is great in this country that we can really tap into versus individuals who want to take us 1,000 years that we just left. Does anyone else want to say anything?
I mean, that's what I was saying. I think with the Jussie situation is just that for so long we have been fighting as people. I'm not just going to say black people or white people, Hispanic, but as the human race,
absolutely,
to get away from racism and hateful things. That when this happened, it kind of, you know how they say you keep picking a wound, you keep picking the scab, it can never heal. So this situation right here, we have now picked the scab, and it's kind of hard for people to heal because it's just like, you know what, we were on this path of like trying to
we don't know
right,
what to
and then
heal from right now.
Well, that's
right,
that's correct, but what I'm saying is people feel like, well, dang, you lied. Like, it's people who really actually got hung, who's been hated against, who've been beat up, who has hateful things happen to them. And then you did this to get some type of attention. So now it's like, you're the boy who cried wolf. So now, since you've cried wolf, anything that anyone else says, would they categorize that as us crying wolf? You know, so now it makes it hard for anyone to believe any situation that kind of is going to happen to the next person, because it's like, you know what, we have too many situations going on today where everybody's crying wolf. Oh, this person is doing this to me, and then you look at it and it's like nothing is happening to you. You know, you just want some attention. So we're in this stage right now,
and it's big.
Everyone is crying.
Doing this.
Right? Is everyone crying wolf? And we're supposed to be setting examples for the next generation, the generation after that, and generation after that. But all we're doing right now is just showing people like, if you lie, if you do this, you never know where it's gonna go. But just throw it out there and do it. And I don't think that's a great example that we need to be doing in the direction that we're trying to go as a human race.
Well, two things I want to say. One is I'm glad that, and I'm not saying that it's not enough, but what I have been seeing is when things, you know, hit nationwide and like this type of thing, these companies and, you know, celebrity world is not playing about, you know, hey, you gonna have to hold yourself accountable. They've been doing more of that, and that's what I am thankful for, because I agree with Constance B. You know, if this is true, which is looking a lot like it is, you know, I'm glad that they fired him, even though I love him on the show. You know, I'm glad that Chicago is like, you know, even though you're this millionaire and you're an actor, you're not going to get a pass for the crimes that you have committed. And so I do agree with those things. And then the second thing in closing I want to say is that people, my people, our people, the human race, black people have come so far, and let's continue to build upon that. For example, I mean, we are truly like multiplying in the amount of businesses that we own.
Yes.
You know, we're owning blocks now and communities.
Right. Yes.
You know, we are able to promote and be management and, you know, and get these executive positions that we once did not have an opportunity of.
Exactly.
We can have babies with whoever we want to. There's so much biracial, you know, we're not getting hung anymore. It's equality. It's so much greatness that is going on. Let's, you know, build upon that.
Let's keep
like,
on
let's
promoting
feed that, because
right.
I'm a believer in what you feed. And so if we continue to feed the racism and the slavery days and this noose and all this hate, that is what is going to grow. Yeah. And so we need to feed more of love and just continue to be successful and take on all these new challenges as far as like just being the best at what we can be. Because as a race, we have come so far, and we couldn't have done that without the other races as well, like as a whole.
Right, exactly.
And
I appreciate
I know
that.
before
That was like a whole word in itself, honey. Yeah.
Before you went to break, you were talking about how
Did you starting the whole topic all over again?
No. You said before we left, you wanted to know. You wanted to get rid of on applications the race and the ethnicity.
Yes, I did say that if I was the president.
Jesus, I couldn't.
No, I was making sure. Listen, we weren't going back now.
No, I was just saying that's
forward.
one thing that you
Hashtag.
wanted to discuss was should we get rid of that? So I wanted to go
Well,
back
you
to
can
that.
comment yes, because I'll say it again. I said that if I were the president, I would just get rid of, because I think we get so hung up on what color you is. I see it, oh, you black, or you biracial, you Latino, you Cuban, you Hispanic, you Puerto Rican, or you all this stuff. You Bahamian, you Jamaican. No, you're American. Like, why? Like, it's clearly that I got some color on me, but why does it matter that you're black, white, or whatever? And so what I said is, on an application, like for a job, I would remove being black, and I know there's other reasons because of that.
Of course,
I get that.
Of course, security
but
reasons and all that other great
why
stuff.
does it? It's either you're poor, you're middle, or you're high class. That's so politically wrong said, But
hey, it's if
why
you
does it
were,
matter
so
what color you are? You know what I mean? If you need benefits, you need benefits.
Well, I think I think
bottom
on
line.
applications
Right,
is just
right,
so
right.
companies won't have just one set of people.
But that's visual. I
that's
can look
visual.
at you and tell that you black. So if I got all white people, I just need to hire some color. Why do you need a piece of paper to tell you,
Well, I
I'm
think-
gonna hire this person because they
Well,
black.
no. I think it's so that they can see how many people are being denied, based off if it's really by your color. It's a lot of statistics that go
Which holds us
into
back,
that.
I feel.
I
you know what I'm saying?
understand
Like,
that. I
if
get
it's
the
not
holding
about
back.
color anymore, then why do we still have all these color statistics?
Because you still have people who still base things off a lot of color.
That's why I
Well,
say
Well, yeah, if you
and-
go to
and
Banco
it's-
Popular, it's all Latinos.
that's why I say
And
get
there's
rid
a lot
of
of black-owned business. It's all black people. They don't hire white people because they need a percentage of white people.
That's why I
No,
say
I
Spanish
get it.
businesses don't hire white people because they need white people. Spanish businesses hire Spanish people. Black businesses hire black people.
I
but-
agree.
So
I'm
we
not-
we do
But
worse.
now,
I'm
but
not-
now,
I'm not
I think
saying that-
it's a little different than it
I'm
was.
not saying-
even a
yeah.
year
I
or
just
two
think
ago.
that's about like
I see a
integrity
lot of
and ethics and things like that. So you go in big organizations, it's understood that we're gonna be we want cultural diversity, but I shouldn't need a requirement from the state or the government to be able to do so. That's all I'm saying. And if I want to
I
hire,
agree.
if I'm to me in certain places,
I
or
don't even like to
certain
answer those
areas,
questions. On
certain
my,
areas,
Sometimes
it
you wanna
might
trick
be
'em
more
and say,
successful to have
"I'm
more.
white."
Actually, if you really want to know, I always check off white women. So when I show up, they be like,
See?
"Oh, she black," because my name sound white.
I always say no on felony. Is that okay?
more reasons why we should get
Or
rid
leave it
of the
blank.
color.
I only do it because what's funny? People talk to me and they're like, "Oh, she sounds like a white woman," and then they see my name, they're like, "Oh, she's definitely white," and then I show up and be like, "Black cow,
Yeah.
black woman in the
More
building."
reasons
So-
why we need to get rid of what I just said.
My name doesn't allow that. By the way,
Mine
some,
either. Well, I'm
just
some
saying-
names don't allow you to
my
get away.
my name is
either.
Brittany Janine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh yeah, you got it straight.
Brittany Baskins. Hello, Brittany Baskins.
Right.
You're like, hello.
Exactly. So when
Brittany Janine.
right. Oh, Miss Baskins, yes. And then I show up, it's like, oh, hold on.
We thought you were a white
We
girl.
thought you were a white girl. No.
That's so funny.
Thanks,
Oh my God.
Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Mi nombre es Luis Alfonso Delgado Candiani Pierantoni. Showing up for
We're getting off topic, but you know what? That's something that they have said in you hear it in black families, like, don't name her that. That's too black, or. You get the name Takesha, or like,
Right.
Mama. You get older, like, Mama, why you name me that? Like, that's such a ghetto black name.
But you know what?
Well, at
It's
least you're
so-
not the girl with 100 names.
Yeah, we are getting off subject with that because this just can snowball and on and on. But I think your names, they do bring out the character in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because, no, I'm so serious.
Are you
'cause
gonna do
my
that
name,
again?
no. So,
So you trying to say all of the
no, your name, like, you don't realize that. Okay, so listen, real quick before we go on to our next part.
You're going to have people
So-
coming for us. 'Cause
No,
it's like
listen.
saying all the Takeshas are ghetto because of their name, right?
No.
You just said
No.
your name.
No,
brings
let me tell y'all let me tell you what I'm meaning. So my middle name is Shanquita, right?
Are you serious?
But yes, but wait, it's more. It gets better. My first name is Constance.
Oh,
So-
goodness.
Okay, but wait a minute. No,
It's all
it's
in your
getting better.
head.
No, so Constance is
Shanquita?
who you guys get like here for the most part. When I'm at work, when I meet people, that's
Oh, okay.
Constance.
Hi, Constance.
But when the heat is turned up, oh, that's Shanquita all the way. Constance is
boy.
at the building.
You have just named your different
yeah,
personalities.
yes, and I believe everybody has it. Yeah,
So
but
what's
that's,
mine? Because my
but that's
first
the
name.
thing.
But you could have named Shanquita. You could have named Shanquita to be the calm business
No.
one, and you could have named Constance to be the
But that's
ratchet
not
one.
what it is, though. It's the truth, and I've recognized that. I accept it. I mean, it is what it
This
is.
show is a little crazy today.
I
Crazy show.
don't
If you
know what's
want me
going
to
on
be,
today.
I'm hungover. She's tired of politics.
Louis,
Constance,
Louis is just showing out today.
Louis is
I'm
showing
sorry,
out.
man. I can't
And
help.
Constance talking about what you name your child is that's who they're gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Lord have mercy.
Shanquita.
Yes.
I want to meet Shanquita.
Oh no.
Did I meet Shanquita during the break? Was that Shanquita?
I completely
Oh, the
disagree.
end. Yes.
I just want all my viewers and all my
Let
listeners
me tell y'all
to
something.
know that I completely disagree with
No,
Constance
it's
B.
it don't. No, you can't.
I need everybody to know.
No, you can.
This show right
Let me
is
tell you,
one for the
I
books.
have some homegirls who their names, their first name told, and we laugh about it. Like, so when we get
So it's
little,
like you like saying, depending on what you name your child, they doomed to be ghetto.
no, that's
what's
not what I'm
going on
saying.
today?
No,
What's going
no,
on
we were
today?
talking about names, and I just put out there for myself. Like people have an alter ego, so they don't call it Louis. He may be Rambo. We don't know.
Not
But
Rambo.
So wait a minute, what's my? Cause my name is my name.
I'm sorry.
You in that loud laugh?
I'm so sorry. I can't help it. Y'all got me weak today.
No,
Yo,
look.
girl, you came in weak.
I did come in weak. I was already weak. But this right here is taking the
No.
cake.
So
Dana, I did not tell her about Rambo.
I don't know how she figured it out.
I'm Johanna Pacoya Brown.
Okay, so Pacoya.
Okay, Pacoya.
Pacoya is very
bitty,
nice.
itty bitty. Hey,
She is.
Oh, okay.
So you saying like my other name would be another personality?
Pecky Patty.
Yeah, that's
Petty
Pacoya
Pecky.
is who we don't see when she's at home showing out. That's Pacoya.
No, girl, that's contagious.
Listen, do Constance.
Okay, y'all.
So you agree in a sense then?
This is gonna be a 3-hour show.
My mama ain't named me that.
But you named.
you just have named your. It's, honestly, you just named your alter egos
yeah, and it's who I
based off of your true birth certificate.
girl. Yes.
But
That
you can
means
have a
that's
ghetto
truly what
name
it
and
is.
still be proper, y'all.
Oh yeah, you know.
she
I'm
just
not saying
playing. Oh,
that. No, I'm being dead serious by myself. But for anybody else, I'm just playing.
and now we're going to Constance B.
That's right.
Now you inspire the world. Okay, after that.
Woo!
We both tired.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we are having such a great time. So today, I thought that this was really good to go with our topic because we were talking about the Jussie Smollett case and his lying/cheating weird self. Anyhow, so this is the CB's inspiration. He did. He cheated us.
cheating on?
He cheated on us. Lying to
okay,
us.
got you. I'm sorry.
Right. All that lying and extra stuff. Okay. So Constance needs to re-enter.
Yeah, bye, Shaquita.
So what the heck? Okay, so this is CB's inspiration, you guys. All right, so this is how it goes. A cheater will always cheat. A liar will always lie. And then they wonder why their life is so bad. So,
Oh, I like
Man,
that.
there was no hope in that one.
no. and the reason why I chose that one because of the Jussie Smollett, because that's our topic today, is because the role that he plays inside, that's how we know him. We know him off of the show Empire, and we know what his role is all about, which is constantly, and he can be a nice person, but he was lying, they were cheating and all kinds of other stuff. And then he introduced himself to the world in another way by creating this whole entire situation. Now, like I said, we don't fully know yet if he's lying or not. However, if he is, this is nothing new for the people who really know him. Like, really, it's always some people who really, really know you.
Yeah.
Right.
And they known you to be a liar. They've known you. They trying to figure out how you got to this point of success right now because they know you to be a certain way.
Right.
So now your ways that these other people know you have just seeped out to the world.
Okay.
And so it's nothing new. It's not like this is his first time that he's created such a big scene. If this comes out to be,
So you saying
true.
he's always been a punk biatch and
If
the
he-
world knows it.
yes, if you've done,
His friends know it.
if he's done something like this ain't the first time he's created something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking about just with the show. So that's why I chose that particular topic.
Well, we're going to let this Constance B inspiration go because I think this is a great show.
Yes.
Because she said a cheater will always cheat. And I think people can be rehabilitated. But that's a whole nother show. We're going to go to break.
Yes.
That's a good topic.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I like the, inspiration for this topic, but we need to talk about this. So we'll be right back, y'all.
What I'm talking about love. Talking about love and happy, yeah. Talking about love and happiness. Love and yeah.
Sound.
That's right.
So mellow.
Drop that voice.
Yes, love and relationship. And shout out to DJ LJ Soap
That's
for
right.
that bomb clip, And so, without further ado, and I just thought about this, reading your inspiration, you are so talented. Let me just say Constance B, because your inspiration actually tackles both Jussie being a liar, as well as this next topic for love and relationships, which, without further ado, is Jordan, Kylie, Chloe, Tristan.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. What do y'all think about that?
Well,
Hot mess. Let me just,
let me just say this.
Let's listen. to
It
Kylie.
is a common, not exposed often situation. Does that resonate?
What, somebody friend sleeping with the other friend, man?
Well, no. How we introduce people to our man,
Uh-oh.
and then the people that would,
Ooh, you going
in
deep
this-
here, girl. We got enough time today. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Let's get it out.
And so
Ooh, I like
we
this.
introduce them with, just being ourselves, not realizing what type of consequences that may come behind just that introduction. And I feel just in a short form with her being with, what's her name?
Kylie?
No, the friend. I can't think of her name right now. It just went out my head. The friend, Kylie's friend. Jordan. So I feel that Jordan pretty much, she's young and been sheltered. Is certain things that she didn't experience. And we had this conversation before about experiencing certain things at a young age. And it really prepares you for, situations that most people have not gone through. They're just starting to go through certain things in their 30s and in their 40s. Meanwhile, people like myself, we done went through all kinds of mess. What some may say that was too early to go through something like that.
Well, what was going to prepare her for the NBA player to be trying to holler at her and she let him kiss her, let him hit her?
Right. So off rip.
Wasn't no prepare.
No, off rip. You going to your best friend's sister's man's house. Granted, on the round table, she did say she didn't
Talk
know
to
whose
me.
house she
Talk
was
to
going
me.
to. Come on now. You done been, where this man live at. You know what time it is. And like I said, she did say a lot of the times that, no, I wish I wouldn't have went. I shouldn't have been there. And, that's where she feels that she was at fault for that. And she explained how walking out the door, he did lean down and kiss her. But come on now. If that's your best friend's sister's man, and the kind of problems that he already done brought her, as soon as he even coming in this space right here, at that point, it's a pushback. No, You don't know. We're not doing that. So I feel that when I say being prepared, if she had gone through certain things like a normal teenager, because her life is not like a normal teenager who goes through that peer pressure. I mean, she has her own things that she has to go through.
Peer pressure?
No, she has her own things that she has gone through. But like the real stuff, Tristan, he ain't from just the suburbs and he had a good life. He already know how to play these mind games and already know how, like we said, prior
So you
on
playing
people
the
who are weak.
violin for her?
No, I'm not playing the violin for
what's
neither
your
one of
thoughts?
them. I just think that if she had have known any better going to his house that time of night and being drunk, I don't even want to go there. I'm not even going. You know
What's
what I'm
your
saying?
thoughts?
I agree with Constance B on the fact that she had no business at the Pearson's house, but I just don't go with the whole "I'm so naive" thing. One, her best friend is Kylie, the Kardashians. Like, come on, regardless of how sheltered she's been, she's out in the limelight. She's out around
so
these
there's no
type of people
excuse.
all the time. You know, girl code. Like, come on. And in addition to that, like, let's just say this. There's clearly, whether they slept together or not, because no one knows unless they were there.
Right.
But one thing I know, and I've been around enough celebrities and enough basketball players and football players to know, ain't no man coming up and kissing you goodbye unless there was some type of
Something.
relationship, conversation to make that man feel that comfortable to kiss you on the way out.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
regardless if she tooted and booted it, she was inappropriate with this man in some angle, shape, or form.
Prior to is what you're saying.
Yes,
Before
for her
that.
to get a kiss goodbye.
Right.
No, and so I think I agree with you, but she messy. But at the same time, are they like giving her the ringer? Yes. Am I shocked? Like, people are beating down the Kardashians, but that's what they do. Like, I mean, that's what they do. And
Yeah,
so
I was just saying, I don't like when it comes to the situation. No, she shouldn't have done it. But am I empathetic to any of the Kardashians about what has happened? No, because they are known for sleeping with other people's men. First of all, Khloe got with Tristan while he was still with a woman who was pregnant.
Right. Right.
Number one. Number two, Kylie was dating Tyga underage while he was dating Black China, who was at the time Kim's friend. So
you're just saying karma.
yeah, it's just
Well,
it's
I
coming
definitely
back,
believe in karma.
It's coming back full circle. Just like you can't do something, you can't put a certain energy out in the world and do
not
not
expect
think
it to
it's
come-
gonna come back.
Exactly. I totally
How
agree.
many times you think as a family you all can just keep doing stuff and harming people and sleeping with people's men or just dealing with someone who's not available and think that someone is
It's
going to
okay.
do right to you,
Right.
and nothing's going to
No,
happen.
I agree.
Like, I just feel like as long as they know her, maybe they shouldn't be friends or whatever the case may be, but you can't tear her down for the same thing that all of you all have done. Every single one of you all.
I think that's just normal, though. Like, no, I agree with you completely. A spade is a spade. Like, it is what it is. But at the same token, like, let's just be honest. Like, there's things in our lives that we have done, right? And we moved on from that. And then because of, something that we've done, let's say later on in life, it come around full circle. And, unfortunately, we're on the other side of the fence of that. Right. At that point, we not thinking like, oh, well, what goes around comes around. I can't believe you slept with my man.
You know what?
Today, I'm not a cheater no more. I might have cheated on my boy, years ago or whatnot, but that's not where you are. And so I completely agree. I completely agree. And it's hopefully they have some friends, some real friends in their life who tells them exactly what we're saying. Like,
girl, you hit it on the head.
Because they're not in that space.
Accountability partners. You have to have some good people. This goes all the way through because I have a close friend who, when I call about certain things, whether, she will quickly remind me and say, well, and especially she'll say, well, in the past, don't act like you haven't done some things. So have understanding. Not saying be a doormat. Not saying let somebody beat up on you verbally or physically. However, don't sit there and act like you haven't done somebody else dirty. Right. Because this is just your karma. So either you're going to sit there and complain and cry about it, or you're going to try to fix this with the person you're with and acknowledge what's wrong and then try to fix it. But
And I don't
I
like-
like how you said
I
that.
don't like how she was like, Jordan broke our family up. No, Tristan been breaking y'all family up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you can't blame this young lady who kissed him. It was never said that any sexual activities happened besides a kiss. You cannot blame that. First of all, he's been cheating on you since y'all got together. So if anything, you
and he was cheating on you when he was with somebody else because he was cheating with you.
Exactly. So
So-
you can't say that this young lady tore your family up. Now, if you don't want to deal with her anymore after what has happened, cool. Look,
Right.
you did that. I'm done. I'm washing my hands of you. But don't sit up here and be like, woe is me. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that this has happened. And, you all did this to my family and no one cares. And it's just like, but did you care when you were the same reckless female? Not once, not twice, not 3 times. Like, it's numerous of occasions where all of them as a family have been like
Yeah,
that.
home records.
Been home records. Like, you, and it's to their friends is what I'm saying. Trina, like I was saying earlier, Trina was friends with either Chloe or Kim, and she started dating French Montana and at the same time, and Trina was like, I didn't find out until it hit the internet. Like, oh, so you messing with my man who was living with me? Like, that's not cool.
Well,
Like,
that go to show, and I learned
You
this
know what
a
I mean?
long time ago, Miss 31, is that y'all ladies, sisters, my girls, we have to be mindful of, at the end of the day, like, you do not confide too much in your friends.
Exactly.
And I learned that really young, like 19, 20. Because I remember being young, you have your best friend, and you talking about how big it is and how good it is and how he
Yes.
put it on you and the way he twist you and twirl you and, you bounce up and down on it. And and then what you don't realize is,
they plotting like shoot.
You
I
telling a
wanna
movie.
too.
Like, you
some
reading
people
the
like,
script and it's going
wait
in a
a
movie.
minute, like, my man not doing it like that. Or when they see your man, they start visualizing what you have shared with them. And if a person doesn't have
Self-control.
self-control or where they are, who they are, not saying they're a bad person, but they just might, have some issues and things like that, you might find that friend, like, one, being they probably was attracted to him to begin with. You never know, because attraction, at the end of the day, I could say, you know what, Constance B, you got a handsome man. Now, do I want to screw him? No, but depending on who it is, and you put all
Right.
these additional things, or even sharing too much, like all the stuff that he buys you and all the things that he does, those things, women, depending on who they are, where they are in their life, they start wanting those same things, and your man may not be off limits.
Right.
And so you have to learn. I learned that very young because it happened
Right,
to me.
right.
Confided in who I thought was my best friend.
Right.
And
Yep.
me and him broke up, and come to find out, he was calling her, crying on her shoulder, and she consoled him. All right, she consoled him right into her bedroom.
Right.
Right, right.
And then it clicked, like, wow, I remember all them times, like, I was sharing stuff, and and it took an older woman to say, you never do that.
Yeah,
Right.
you only
Oh,
share
yeah.
a little bit. You don't share every little detail that
Say,
happens
I'm happy. That's it.
in your relationship. I mean, you could say something like, "Oh, he bought me this nice car or whatever," but you don't have to say, "Girl, we went here and then he took me there, and then when we got back, he did it like this and did it like that." And then
Yeah, no,
'cause
like you
then
said,
you
Joe, I
have-
learned
you
that.
have
boundaries.
Young boundaries.
And
You
I'm
gotta
not
know
saying, and I'm
young.
not saying there's not women, because I would not do that to a friend, but at the same token, like, there's certain boundaries. Like, you have to have boundaries with everybody, and there's certain things that
In every situation,
you
it's
just gotta keep
boundaries.
to yourself.
And then you have to make sure you are truly close with that person. Just because you've
I don't
known
even-
someone for 10 years doesn't mean that. Like, I've known people for a year or two who I feel have treated me way better than people I've known for, my entire life. Everybody is just not on your side. They're not the people who can listen to your problems or listen to anything great that happens to you, because some people are jealous. Sometimes you got to keep your enemies close. You might have a frenemy.
And you
who's
attract
been
who you
plot-
are. So
Yeah.
if you go off of what you said they've been,
You just said something big.
they've been these people forever and ever. Then what kind of friends you expect to have? You gonna have birds of a feather flock together.
Right,
So if,
right.
If
so you
all
couldn't
three of us,
expect anything
yeah,
different
if all
from her
three of
because
you are whores, or you know what I mean, like,
That's what-
easy,
right.
then
You gonna-
9 times out of 10, your
Your
best
friend
friend is a whore too.
Right.
Not
Oh.
always.
We're not
but
saying always, but for the
no,
most
I
part,
definitely get it.
You,
I get it.
You may not even be that bad of a person, but because you've been hanging around the people, you feel like they feel like it's okay. Well, shoot, I'm gonna do it too. I feel like that's probably what happened with the Jordan thing. Like, you know what? Y'all have done way worse things. So she probably thought that little kiss was like, man, whatever. You
I
know
think
what
she
mean?
got caught up in the moment.
Yeah,
she
drinking
was
and
drunk,
having a good
partying.
time, and he telling her all the right things, and they,
He
you know,
probably
getting the
didn't say.
attention.
He probably didn't say too much. Just drunk
Yeah.
and having a good time, and
Right.
then you backing
You just
it up.
kind of
and then,
forget where you are
you
for
know,
a second, I
'cause,
guess.
you know, man, is a trip too, and the type of man he is.
Oh yeah.
You know, obviously, like, so she could have been having a good time, and then he flirting with it, and the alcohol in the way, and then, you know, you young.
But
and,
one thing I can say is this right here, and like this
Because she
is what I
said
can
she
say.
wasn't tipsy. She said she was
This
drunk.
this type of guy is not the example of all men. Period.
no,
Right.
So,
Thank you.
because I know that it was a lot of women was like, and trust me,
Show
I
them.
don't care what type of situation that I am in, back then, currently, however it go, I will never have in my mind that all men are the same.
That's
because
so
all
true.
men
It's-
are
I'm
not
glad
the
you
same.
said that before
Yes,
we end
Because
this
I don't
up.
want people to look at the situation with them too and think, well, yeah, he's a basketball player. All basketball players are,
No,
you know, he's
he's
a
just him.
whatever. You know, he's a black guy. He's a, you know, all black men are just like, or men, period. Like, I keep telling myself that because I don't want to get caught in that thinking that, you know, all men are that way.
Right.
They
They
are.
just can't be trusted. Everybody go through their phase, I believe.
And I
Right.
felt like that for a long time.
Right.
Several
right,
years.
right.
Several years that, ooh, none of y'all no good. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Y'all all some dogs.
You
You
been
know?
with an Asian guy?
No.
There you go.
But I put him, but that's what we do. We'll put him in the category. You are not excused, you know?
Right, right.
And so I love what Constance B said. No, we have some really good men out there.
Yeah, shout out to all
Shout out
the,
to my man, because I got one.
I know that. Amen.
No, but he's horrible in bed, ladies. He's horrible.
He's horrible.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Oh yeah, right.
He's awful.
Commentary.
So, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed the show here at Lemon Squeeze Show on WPSN99.com. We are the Problem Solving Network. And today, you know, we just discussed the real. Like, Jussie Smollett. Is he guilty? Is he not? How do we really feel about it? Things got a little heated. You know, whenever you're talking about racism or, you know, politics period, like, views are very deep. They run deep and they're sensitive.
A shoe will be
You know,
flying
yes,
soon.
Kylie's bestie
Shaquita.
with Chloe, and oh yeah, Shaquita. Let's add her in there. You know, and just get you a good man. You know, who you can know what he's doing and trust him. And there's loyalty, and there's honesty, and there's respect, and there's honor. And there are men out there, and make sure you are aligned. Make sure that you are aligned with that. And so, you know, you can attract what it is that you truly desire and deserve.
And what
If you deserve,
exactly.
because if you ain't aligned, then you don't deserve, right?
You get what you deserve,
Exactly.
baby.
You attract who
Clean-
you are.
Exactly.
And then, as for everyone, I just want to say again, disclaimer: just because your name is Shanquita or Bonchwika or Takesha or Shaniqua does not mean
It doesn't.
that you are ghetto like Constance B.
I.
when she embodies her middle name.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, senor.
We love
Watch
you.
out for the shoe.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.